All right, guys, we got Cam in the chair today. This one's gonna be a fun one. We're gonna give him a buzz cut with a mullet.
Wait, what? I didn't sign up for this shit.
So we're gonna give him a mullet with a tighter fade on the side. So this is what we're gonna do. Right now, the biggest issue is the fact that the sides are really grown out. He actually said it before we started shooting this. It's been 12 months since his buzz cut that he hasn't touched his hair. I think he got a few cuts in between. But this time, if we look at the hair, it seems like a lot of the sides are actually equal length to the top. So he actually mentioned this, which is exactly what happens. The shape is very round because of this reason. Okay, so what we need to do is the opposite, right? We need to bring in the sides shorter, let some of the top grow, or maybe even cut it down a little bit. But the biggest issue right now is the sides are way too long compared to the top, but he does like the length in the back. So we're gonna maintain some of this because we wanna keep the mullet. But this is gonna be a nice taper, a high taper, so then the back accentuates. By taking this shorter on the sides, guys, the mullet is really gonna stand out, and that's the focal point of this haircut. Let's get to it. Okay guys, first step, we're gonna take a section from the corner of the hair. Whoa, hold up, pause right there. I know you're into this tutorial and you've probably been taking notes, studying the sectioning, watching the fade placement, but let me ask you something. If you've already watched these tutorials and you've been watching my content and trying to level up, why not just go all in? I've built something for barbers just like you. It's called the Essentials Program. It's a private community packed with weekly coaching calls, advanced tutorials, support from elite barbers, and constant accountability. And get this, it's $80 a month. That's one haircut, 2 at most. You probably spent more last week on Uber Eats anyways. This is for barbers who are done with staying stuck, who want to improve their fades, their sectioning, their scissor work, their styling, and even how to post content to book clients. And I'm gonna keep it real. If it doesn't blow your mind, you tell me. I'll send you that $80 back. No catch. But if you're serious about becoming the go-to name in your city, then you belong in there. Click the link in the description, join the Essentials Program, and I'll see you on the inside. Now, let's get back to the cut. I'm gonna go all the way through the back, making sure we are sectioning off that parietal zone, okay? And at this point, I'm gonna come back from the top and bring everything towards me. Okay, this is gonna allow us to section off the apex a lot easier. Okay, from here, we take a section straight down into the mastoid on the other side. And now we'll place the head down, and look at this. Now I have a perfect viewpoint to make sure I'm balanced on both sides. Okay, with tension and using the finer teeth, I'm gonna make sure I'm combing everything into my hand. There we have it. Top is now sectioned off beautifully. Now we could start with our graduation. All right guys, so first step, we wanna make sure that we're taking it really nice and tight around the sideburns, okay? Because we're gonna take this actually quite short. We're gonna taper this down. Okay, let's move on towards the other side. Okay, same thing. The difference is, guys, is that my knuckles now are gonna be pointed outwards. Okay, and I'm using my thumb now to take the sections. But look at how I do this, right? So I go back from here, I come from under, I lift, look at this, finger tight. And as I'm cutting, I am pulling out to make sure that we have an incision that's nice and straight, because what tends to happen is if we go and start cutting this by pushing it forward, you're gonna have inconsistencies throughout. Okay, this is like a slicing method that allows the hair to be straight when we're cutting it. Okay, again, taking section 2 now, boom, bringing it down, and again, we're elevating, reducing that weight. Okay, look at the guide, let's look at it again, look at the guide, guidelines in here, beautiful. Make that incision. And we're going to do this until there's nothing left to connect. Still over directing. We're right, guys, so at this point, we're going to go into a vertical section, and look at this. I want to show you guys before I even get into it. Look at how the crown is sitting. I didn't even touch the top, okay? What does that tell you? Do not touch this. That is what it's telling me, because it's too short. It's sticking up. We need to let that grow, but look at the issue here. Way too flat. We want more texture. We want more volume, and how we're going to do this is by going around and leaving it disconnected, okay? So beautiful. Look at the difference, guys, and look at how much volume we just increased by cutting it in this way. Look at how that's already sitting. What a massive difference it's already made. Look at that. That is natural volume just from implementing that shape. This is looking so much better. First step, 3 closed, all the way into our graduated line. And we're just going to take it slightly behind the ear, and the reason for this is we still want to taper some of this length as well, okay? This is what's going to allow for the taper to really pop. Okay, now we go with our outline. We go into something higher as well, so we could really make that contrast pop. Too close, right underneath our 3. Now my 1.5 guard, and this is going to sit right underneath our 2, and now we're really prepping it for the fade, okay? Want to make sure that the 1 is ready to get tapered into our 1.5. So again, I'm using the corners as I'm doing this, okay? Look how good that looks. I already know how far I have to take my 1 open because I've already prepped it. I already set the foundation for the fade. Now we go into my 1 open. All right, guys, so this is my final look on cam. As you guys notice, nice taper leading up towards the sides. We have something slightly shorter, even leading up to above the ear. And this is why now, if you look at the back, you have that mullety shape because we were able to take everything a lot tighter into something triangular in the back. And now all we've done through the front is texturize it, round it off. So you have all these pieces that just work really well with this haircut. So he could wear it either as a slick back or he could wear it as like a messy textured middle part. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye bye, everybody.